Sets the 2-2 pitch. He's waiting on the breaking ball there and sends it to deep right field. And that one is out of here. Planted into the right field bleachers. And that, folks, is his first home run in the big league. It's fair to say it's a moment he'll never forget.
Yeah, you're right, man. I remember mine. I hit it my first at-bat of the 1992 season against the San Diego Padres. It's hard to describe exactly what you feel as you round the bases, but as you can imagine, it's pretty awesome. You know, hopefully he can get that ball back soon so it can go in his trophy room.
Caught looking on the final out, so that's a tough pitch to lay up.
Swing and a miss, and he's got it. A no-hitter.
Well, he's down there getting swarmed by his teammates right now, and he deserves it. Truly one of the best pitching performances that I've ever witnessed, and he puts his name into the record books with that no-hitter.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And guys, a Dodger victory may not have been possible here without the start turned in by this man, Zack Greinke. Strike opposed, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was really overpowering guys out there. Look at the line score. He winds up with 11 strikeouts, and he definitely was a deciding factor in this one.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Dodgers win it 4-0. Good night from Los Angeles. We'll stand in here looking to keep the inning alive with 2 gone now in the top of the second. This is well struck, high and deep toward the left field corner. And it's gone! He liked the first pitch he saw and deposits it over the wall. So a solo shot down the line in left, and the Dodgers strike first, 1-0.
Well, you know what? This guy is so tough out there that if you're gonna beat him, you're gonna have to get some breaks like this. And this is a huge break, no doubt about it. It just does stay fair and kicks off that foul pole for a homer. Boy, that's nice.
Into the box, Cody Bellinger. Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. And this one is gone, a home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And the Dodgers move in front now 2-0.
Well, this place just hasn't stopped buzzing from the last home run. Now, all of a sudden, 1 pitch later, you're watching another guy take a trot around the bases. That just shows you can't take any pitches off in this game.
He's ready. Now the pitch. Now a ball hit hard towards center. Oh, and a beautiful diving catch there will end the inning as the side is retired. Tough to end an inning on a better play than this as he takes this one right out of the air. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. From the stretch. Oh, and he took a big swing at that one as this is driven out to deep left center field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So a two-run shot to left center as the Dodgers have increased their lead now 4-0.
Well, this pitch is just a little bit in, not really a terrible location at all. But if you're sitting on that pitch, in that spot, you can certainly do some damage. And he absolutely did some damage right there to the tune of a two-run shot.
Now here comes Bruce Bochy out of the Giants dugout on his way to the mound. And he'll take the baseball here, so that'll be all this afternoon for Matt Cain. Gone after 5 1/3 here as he never really found his groove in this one. George Cantos will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far. At the plate is Andre Ethier as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Now the pitch. Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is sent high and deep out to right center field. And it is gone, a home run. A solo home run for Andre Ethier, and even 30 home runs on the year. And with it, the Dodgers have opened it up to a 5-0 lead.
This is just the second pitch that's coming on, and I guarantee you, he was not looking to put it there. This is right in the wheelhouse, and he just didn't miss that one.
Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Swing and a miss, and he's got it. A no-hitter.
Well, he's down there getting swarmed by his teammates right now, and he deserves it. Truly one of the best pitching performances that I've ever witnessed. And he puts his name into the record books with that no-hitter.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, obviously, after a no-hitter, there's not a whole lot of debate as to the identity of our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was really overpowering guys out there. Look at the line score. He winds up with 11 strikeouts, and he definitely was a deciding factor in this one.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Dodgers win it 9-0. So long from Southern California. Well, the race count is down to 8, and a capacity crowd is in postseason form as we get you ready for this one. It's Game 1 of the National League Division Series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and top to bottom, I think both of these clubs have a lot of different guys that can beat you. It might not just be the stars that dominate this series. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if some of the lesser-known guys here wind up stealing the show.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Los Angeles Dodgers.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. More from the guys as this one goes along, but first, let's have a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers, as Ron Renneke has his guys lined up like this. They'll be opposed by the American League's Cy Young Award winner from 2009, the hard-throwing right-hander Zack Greinke. And behind him defensively, the Dodgers will line up like this. Called strike one. He continues to get ahead here. He's been in complete control.
I think you need to guard yourself from being overconfident, though. A bloop and a blast could still turn this game on its ear.
And Gomez can fly. He's headed for third. And he will make it into third with a one-out triple.
Calm yourself already.
So as he favors that right leg, it looks like he's going to have to come out of the game. He is coming off on his own power, however, so hopefully it's only a minor injury. Giancarlo Stanton is on now as he'll take over in right field following the injury.
Number 27, Giancarlo Stanton.
The 1-0 pitch. And oh no. Pray that didn't get him where it sounded like it got him. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. So unfortunately, he'll be forced to leave the game here with an apparent head injury. And we're hoping, of course, it's nothing too serious, but it's usually not good when it's above the neck. Pedro Baez will be summoned now to take over following the injury.
Number 55, Pedro Baez.
So the Brewers are down to their final strike now.
Nothing big.
And the Dodgers are going to advance. They're through to the National League Championship Series.
Well, that's a pretty good celebration going on down there on the field, but they know that they have a lot of work left to do, and they'll start thinking about it all over again here in a couple of days when they play in the NLCS.
And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he only had one hit, but definitely made it count. A big home run that turned out to be the decisive blow in the ballgame.
Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been the NL Division Series on MLB The Show. To call the atmosphere here charged would be doing it a disservice. It is positively electric in this place as we get you set for postseason baseball on the show. It's Game 1 of the National League Championship Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and you can see how these two teams stack up. And it's hard to say exactly who you'd give the edge to right now. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if the pitchers were the guys that got the upper hand in this series.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Los Angeles Dodgers.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. More from the guys as this one goes along, but first, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs as Joe Madden will line them up like this. They'll match up against a guy who's made big strides since arriving stateside, the Korean-born left-hander Hyun-Jin Ryu. And behind him defensively, the Dodgers will line up like this. Oh, and this is lined into center field. It's down for a base hit. And they will walk off with game one here at home.
Well, we're talking high drama here in the playoffs. A walk-off win here in the final at-bat, and this place is going crazy right now.
Well, guys, as you know, if you're going to pick a time to have a big ball game, you may as well make it happen in the playoffs. And this man right here obviously did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and prove your mettle. I think his performance here was by far the big key to this ball game.
That's a wrap here tonight. Eric Harris, Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, you've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Facebook at MLB The Show. The Dodgers win it 2-1. Good night from Los Angeles.
There's so many more options going forward.
And Tinseltown will be aglow tonight. The Dodgers are National League champions.
Boy, that's one happy bunch of guys down there right now. They are the National League champions, but they know they're not done yet. They've got one more big hurdle standing in front of them, but these guys are looking like they're going to be awfully tough to beat.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a dominating performance out there. Look at all the strikeouts. I mean, they just couldn't touch him.
For Eric Harris, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been the NL Championship Series on MLB The Show. To this point in the season, but we are officially down to 2. It's game 1 of the World Series between the Cleveland Indians and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. I'm joined by Eric Harris and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and top to bottom, I think both of these clubs have a lot of different guys that can beat you. It might not just be the stars that dominate this series. It wouldn't surprise me a bit if some of the lesser-known guys here wind up stealing the show.
It's the moment these players have been waiting for. Game 1 of the Fall Classic is on the show, and it's coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now your 2016 Los Angeles Dodgers.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. More from the guys as this one goes along, but first, let's have a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Cleveland Indians as they'll align themselves like this here tonight. They'll match up against a guy who's made big strides since arriving stateside, the Korean-born left-hander Hyun-Jin Ryu. And behind him defensively, the Dodgers will line up like this.
You don't want guys to get into a comfort level up there.
Not fooled there as this ball's hammered out to deep right field. And that one is out of here. Planted into the right field bleacher. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His first homer so far in the series, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
You want to talk about an offensive explosion? That's 6 home runs as a team so far. I mean, you might get that once a season. The whole lineup's been absolutely dialed in.
Now the first pitch. Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His first homer here in the series as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Talk about everybody having hits. Jeez. I think everybody in this lineup's going to have a home run before this one's done. That's 7 home runs as a team.
At 1 and 2. Ready with another 2-strike offering. And Los Angeles get ready for a celebration. The Dodgers have won the World Series.
And you know what? I bet the only thing they wish they could have done a little bit differently is win this thing in front of their home crowd. But you know what? I don't think anyone's complaining about that right now. They are a very deserving World Championship club, and congratulations to the entire organization.
Back now on the show. More reactions now to this series-clinching victory. And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new World Champs.